Greetings, family. It's good to be with you once again. It is the 29th of August, 2019, and we continue our study of the Iraqi dinar. Um, do we have people right now? Because we got it on a little bit earlier.
There's 23 people on.
Okay, all 23 of you. You want? No, I messed around. Anyways, it's good to be with everyone. Before we do anything, remember this is a speculative investment. There's no date and there's no rate to be offered, okay? It's kind of important. That way we establish a relationship of a little dignity between each other. You just can't ask for a date or a rate. It's interesting to study this monetary reform because, in my opinion, and this whole call is in my opinion, the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar is is opening up. You know, like a nice rose. The petals are extending, and you got the flower and the piston and all the nice parts of the opening of the flower. We have a lot of parts of the monetary reform that are opening up to us. It seems to me that every day the CBI shows us the definition of Article 8. And they show us the full blown plan of the monetary reform of their currency that was tested, tried, and successful, and a long time ago, and that's why now it's being applied. It's being applied, and as it's being applied, we see so many things that cause us to ask questions, things that we wonder about. Some of the things may disappoint us. And that's because we don't have enough information yet to make a proper decision. Some of the things might excite us. But that's because I think we're looking for anything to grab onto that says that they have lifted the 3 zeros. In my heart, with my teams, we're satisfied that they lifted the 3 zeros electronically in January. And because right after that, we saw Iraq using the tools of Article 8. They lifted the 3 zeros. That's the only way they could have done it. They don't necessarily have to tell you they're a sovereign country, but they can do it in a second set of books. And in my opinion, they sure did. They sure did.
Hey, you forgot your shirt.
Oh, man. My deepest apologies. Do I have a shirt on? That's why you brought this?
Yeah.
My deepest apologies. What was our day like again today, Tink?
Busy. Busy.
Busy. Pardon me while I put my shirt. My deepest apologies for doing this. Did we eat today?
Kind of, sort of.
No, we
Picked
did.
at
I
food.
think. Yeah, we ate. So 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
You picked at your food.
I picked up my food, and I'm gonna pick up this shirt. How's that?
Good.
Like my shirt?
Yep, pretty.
Hmm? Hmm? Somebody said yesterday, "Oh, look at his shirt. It's Christmas." Not yet. Anyways, let's talk about what happened today in Iraq. I guess one of the things that I found very interesting was that the United States Treasury. Now that's part of the Fab Four. Let's review that because we're having a lot of new people. My teams, we consider four entities, 4 individuals that have been extremely heavily involved in helping the CBI to fulfill Dr. Shabibi's plan. And that was to add value to their currency by lifting the 3 zeros. Now, those 4, in my opinion, is the IMF, obviously. They tell all banks, all central banks, what they can and cannot do with their currency. So that's the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Then you have the World Bank, WB. That's pretty obvious, right? That's a fraternity, all the banks and regulations, laws, whatever goes through the licenses, certifications. Okay, thank you, World Bank. And how about another one? Well, the United States Treasury. Why would that be a part of this? Because they're overseeing the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar. Well, why isn't somebody else's treasury doing this? Good question. Because we're heavily involved in Iraq, military-wise, financially, and because Iraq has to pay for a war. In my opinion, that was part of the deal. You can sit on that sofa if you want, or you can read the SOFA agreement and understand you got a war to pay for. Yeah, we know. So raise the value of your currency. We're doing it. Well, thank you very much. And who's the fourth one? The President of the United States of America. You see, these two, in reality, these four are one. The United States of America owns the highest percentage seat in the IMF. Our casting vote has a lot of influence because the percentage of payments, of fees, of dues that we make to the IMF are in the billions. We're a superpower. Therefore, we have a superpower. Therefore, we have a loud voice in the IMF. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know of anybody else that contributes as much as the United States. So to me, the IMF is the United States. The next one would be the World Bank. The same qualifications as far as I'm concerned. Because the American dollar is king. Can you tell me any other currency that you want besides the American dollar? Any of you right here, any country? Oh, okay, thank you. No. Right on cue, huh? So IMF, World Bank, and United States Treasury, and President Trump. Well, all four. That's the United States of America. And that which we call Fab Four, our teams do, we pay close attention to whatever they do, whenever they do, and whatever they say. Today, the United States Treasury, one of the Fab Four, comes out and they say, well, we deny. What do you deny? Our intentions. What do you mean your intentions? You mean these are your intentions? No. Well, yeah. No. Well, then what do you want? We, the United States Treasury, we deny the intentions to intervene in the currency market of this here planet Earth. Okay, let me get this right, U.S. Treasury. You come out and you defend yourself against something that who's accusing you of this? Well, China. And normally when somebody is guilty, do they not point the finger at somebody else? Yeah. Well, what do you expect the United States Treasury to say when China is denying what the United States is claiming they are? So the United States comes out and says, hey, time out. Look, we're going to talk, all right? I showed you the Wall Street yesterday. We're going to talk to China, aren't we? You do want to talk to Trump, right? Okay. You want to talk to Trump, right? Trump is waiting for you, right? You want Trump, right? Hello? Okay. You pay the fare to come and see him, right? Okay. So, United States Treasury denies its intentions. If you had an intention, well, then you were going to do it anyway. So, but whatever. What are you denying? Well, the United States Treasury denies its intention to intervene in the currency market. Oh, bull. You already did. You accused Iraq. You accused Iran. You accused China. You accused everybody. that Trump told you to accuse. And it worked. Doggone it, son. It worked. because that message was that Donald Trump told you, United States Treasury to deliver. That message was not sent to every country in the world. It was only sent to those countries that are currency manipulators. And right now, Donald Trump is trying his best to get all these currencies to play fairly. Especially the ones that manipulate their currency by keeping the value so low. Iraq is kind of caught in the middle. Iraq, are you purposely keeping your value low? No, we're in the process of lifting it. It took us a long time to get the monetary reform established, and we're ready. We've got the coins. We got the new small category notes. We educated the citizens. We're right on track. I mean, we are perfect, right on track. I don't know of anything else that would even delay us. Are there any meteor showers coming up next month in Iraq? No. Okay. I don't think of it. I can't think of anything that would delay it. You see, the monetary reform is a lava flow. It keeps going. It keeps going, and they spent a lot of time, the Fab Four, a lot of time with the CBI to get where they're at right now, and that's why I feel so good about this. You see, they were wasting time before until we showed up 2 years ago after an election and changed everything. On the inaugural night, he sends his son-in-law, some other people to Baghdad. Hey, get this done. They were wasting time. And time counts. And it keeps counting. Time counts. And it keeps counting. Yeah, so United States Treasury, I understand what you're saying. You're trying to say, hey, no, we don't want no problems with China. We're about to sit down and work with them. But we're going to, our intentions, we're not going to, accuse anybody of being a currency manipulator. You don't have to anymore. It was successful. It worked. And that's why you're going to sit down. And that's why you're trying to change your tone, aren't you? Fascinating. Just fascinating. How's the Kurds doing? Well, yesterday we said that the Kurds in Kuwait, we need to keep them happy. Make sure you do that, Baghdad. Make sure you do that, Mahdi. Okay? Make sure all of you guys do that, all right? You doing good? Good. So they show up and they say, of the 5 files, we still have 2 left and we need to deal with it. But in all honesty, what? What? Deal with what? Kurdistan, do you have to complain? Yes. No, Kurdistan. Do you have to complain? Yes. Why? Because because our relationship with Baghdad has not been very good for forever. We've wanted to separate from Iraq. We want our own country. We want our own we want our own freedom. But we understand the value of working together. So today, Barzani comes out and he says to the media, hey, you guys, what? We're cool with Baghdad. We're cool with Mahdi. You are? Yeah, we are. We're happy. Barzani comes out with a statement on the concept of unity in Iraq. Do you know how powerful that is? I told you, you're not gonna eat off of a dirty floor. You're gonna clean it with Clorox, and then if you want to eat off that floor, that's your business. And you're not gonna have a reinstatement with a bunch of dirt, with a bunch of dirty people that steal the future of Iraq, their currency, their assets, their savings accounts. And that's why Barzani, and that's why Kurdistan doesn't want anything to do with Iraq, because of the history that's always been there. Kurdistan, what did I say yesterday? They're the proud son of the United States. They're at least 5 years ahead, or were. Baghdad is caught up. I told you yesterday that reconciliation was so important in the Middle East for the reinstatement. And today, I mean, you might as well have another electronic billboard. Barzani comes out, the leader of the Kurds, and he says, we cool with Iraq. We are Iraq. We cool with Baghdad. We don't, 17%, that's cool, of the budget, thank you very much. And we give our part of the oil as well too. We're sending it to Baghdad. You know, we're one. Now, why would a change of attitude occur so quickly like that, 180 degrees? Because reconciliation is profitable. Arguing and fighting, bickering will never get you anything. But if you sweeten the coffee cup, you know, with sugar, milk, cream, honey, whatever you want, boy, then it tastes good, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Kurdistan? Want some more? So, I believe that the unity, the reconciliation that Barzani is publicizing so that his own people can hear is a positive thing for the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. What are the two files? HCL. The hydrocarbon law, huh? Why is it a problem? Because we don't have the census. Yeah, you do. That's the other file, Article 140. I thought you forgot. How could we forget when you were the ones that told us? You, Kurdistan, said we don't need to do a new census. We'll just use the old census that we had from a few years ago. Apply it. Let's move it. Let's go. So where's the complaining about two files? I gotta complain about something. That's right. That's the Middle East, isn't it? I swear. When are you guys gonna stop this? Well, this is the way we barter. This is how we communicate. This is how we talk. This is, one family and another family. This is how we gain power or we lose power. Well, no more. Stop it. Kurdistan, just a few days ago, you were saying how happy you were. Today you come out and you say that you have unity with Iraq. So what's the complaining about two files that are still left when there really is none? HCO is in the budget. And you know it. You saw the damn budget. You accepted it. They wanted to give you 12, you ended up with a 17. So who won? So why are you complaining? Because this is the Middle East, family. Because we don't have the census. You yourself said we could use the old Article 140. Yeah, well. And that's the problem with the Middle East. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's got to change somewhere, somehow. But it's in their DNA. It's in their DNA to look and be suspicious. And I don't blame them because the environment in which they live is what causes that. Anyways, I think that this is big. Because we said yesterday we need Kurdistan and Kuwait to be happy. And then the Kurds come out and said, we happy, we're united, we're one. Kumbaya, yeah. Well, good for you guys, good. Pass me some of them there marshmallows and that chocolate stuff. What is that, the graham cracker? What's that called?
S'mores.
You want some s'mores? You want some more of s'mores? You imagine our friends around the world, they're like, what do you say?
Some more what?
Do we want more what? What are you talking about? I told you this guy was nuts. Why are we watching this? I'd rather see Petticoat Junction. Remember that, Petticoat Junction? And then the girls up there in that water thing, and the
Water tower.
in the way. Two files that really are not an issue. So why make it an issue? Because that's the way we do things in the Middle East. So leave us alone, okay? But maybe you guys need to change that, because you're becoming modern, and you're coming into into the modern world. I think it's important. Don't argue. I've always said that if it's your birthday in Iraq, and you give your friend I don't know, let's say a car. Happy birthday! I got you a new car. The friend will look at the car. He'll look at you. He'll look at the car. He'll look at you. Look at the car. And look back at you, and he'll say, now you think here in America they go, oh, thank you, homie. Oh man, that's look at slick. Look at the white walls. Oh, sorry. What'd you get in there? What's under the hood? Okay, man. Thanks, man. But in Iraq, they're like, it's not my favorite color. What? I just gave you a car. What are you complaining about? No, I like the color. Oh. But funny enough, he's not insulting him. He's just telling him, I don't like the color. I'm not saying thank you. I'm not saying no thank you. I'm just saying I don't like the color. But that's the mindset. It's not to be, how are you? It's good to see you. Come on in. You have a seat. Would you like some? It's not that. It's more of an argumentative attitude. And that's what's held him back. But I don't see that argument. I don't see that attitude anymore. I just don't. So, let's see. I was talking with Angel One. And Angel One told me, he says, Frank, because Angel One is from the banking world. And he says, Frank, this thing that they did yesterday that you and Walking Stick were talking about with Delta. I said, yeah, you mean the borders? Yeah. Those are numbers. There's a lot of information there. I said, yeah, we were looking for a rate in it. We found something, but it's not, a rate per se. And then he says to me, all of this work that they've done for about the last 2 years to bring forth the reinstatement of the dinar, it's been offline. He said, Frank, in the banking industry, we have a word, and the word is online. Online is what Iraq is right now. All their systems are in check. Because they're online, they can control all their systems. Not only from the inside, but now with the rest of the world. These are the steps that is leading Iraq into lifting the value of their currency. Stocks are jumping up and down. I told you 3 days ago, watch stocks, boom, there they were. I told you 2 days ago, it's because of what China, America is doing with China. Today, articles that came out and told you stocks are jumping due to the new deals between China and Iraq. I mean, it's not like I had a fortune cookie or a crystal ball. Yeah, you can see the progression where it was going. The United States of America just simply did not take any more nonsense from China. Here, look at this. This is from Wall Street also. This is an article that's saying, stop the bullying in the South China Sea. You see, the China Coast Guard. The China Coast Guard is the bully. The bully in the middle, in the Asian Sea there. And I also think that they use their Coast Guard to break treaties or to break agreements by bringing in and bringing out supplies to North Korea. And when Donald Trump told them stop your currency manipulation, he also told them to stop a lot of other things which they didn't want to. And I told you, watch. It's going to hurt us in the United States. It will hurt us, especially the small mom and pop business. But when it's all said and done, I think they'll be way ahead. But there's a change going on in China. And again, I bring this to you because I believe that China is now willing to talk to the United States because they're going to receive what they need so badly for their industrial revolution that is occurring right now. If they don't receive the fuel to run their machines that they have built, their factories, etc., ooh, it'll be like a star imploding into a black hole. I don't think they'll ever recover. China is desperate right now to make deals with people they shouldn't, Russia, North Korea. But a worse poison for them would be to make deals with the United States. And they refused, but something happened. And I believe that Iraq was one of the pivotal points of why China says, all right, let's talk. Why China says, all right, we understand what you say, that we're currency manipulators. Anyways, what time is it? Now, we've been talking 30 minutes.
27 minutes.
I'm sorry. I talk too much. In fact, where are the questions, Tim? Oh, dear me. Y'all had some questions, and remember I told you yesterday that I was going to do my best to see if I could help. Let me see if we can go. Let's just cover about 3 of them. The ones I mentioned yesterday. Area code 21075. There it is. Watch my YouTube. Okay, here we go. Oh no. This is a question about Kim. Oh, I can't show that number up there. You were asking me a question about Kim Clement, and I pray that yesterday we did answer your question. Go to the next one, area code 832. 832-445. And let's see what the question is. Frank, just a quick question. Just one. When the CBI actually puts the rate out to the world, how can it be one rate in the country and a different rate on the CBI? Well, that is the country. For the world, no, the CBI only has one rate. There's where you're wrong, inside of the country. The CBI does not belong to the world. The CBI belongs to the citizens of Iraq. A dinar is a dinar inside of that country. When they come out, pretend that they come out at 1-to-1 with the American dollar. Well, that's the rate in the country. What's the rate outside of the country? It depends on what you exchange it for what currency you exchange it for. If you're going to exchange it for Mexican pesos, you're going to probably lose money. If you're going to exchange it for the American dollar, which has more value to it, well, it's going to piggyback you up to the value of the American dollar, isn't it? So, there's only one rate, and that's the CBI rate. It's official, in country, out country. But what you do with it out of the country is what gives it value. Especially when you use it, buying and selling and trading. From one country to another, from one hand to another, basic economics 101, you are developing trustability in that currency, in that country, in their products. So let's read this again. Just a quick question. When the CBI actually puts the rate out, so far that is true, to the world. How can it be one rate in country, that is true, and a different rate on the CBI website for the world, and that is wrong. That's where you messed up. Well, if I was an Iraqi, I'd be really upset seeing whatever the rate is on the CBI website and knowing that there, you see, that you yourself answer your own question. It makes no sense, does it? All right, so we're done with that question. Let's answer eight. Let's answer another one. We're not going to do a bunch of these because we have other things to do. 321. Let's see here. Let's find 321. 321. 321. Here we go. 321 543. Here's your question. Let's see what you asked. Hi Frank. It's us. How you doing, guys? MNL. How you doing, MNL? I have a question for you. In your opinion, why would Iraq tell the world they're going to reinstate their currency, drop the 3 zeros, add purchasing power so that speculators could come in and buy up tons of dinars? Is it possible because they plan to come out at a high rate and maybe do a float because of the, okay. Well, I think we answered this question yesterday without even realizing it. I apologize. I picked the wrong question because, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. You know what they're saying, right? You cannot have a specific amount of American dollars going in and out of Iraq, and no more. A specific amount of dinars going in and out of Iraq, no more, right? They're controlling it. They're managing it. So by doing that, I said yesterday, they're also controlling the whales and the sharks. You see, if I was a whale and I had, $1 billion to invest for my corporation, I would take all the evidence in the final article thread and I would take it to, my representatives those who I was representing, the firm, or the company, or the investment group, and I would say, check it out, look what Iraq is doing, what do you guys think? Let's have a vote. Okay, unanimous, we're going to go ahead and buy the Iraqi dinar. Let's do it. And then they find out that, hello, CBI, I'd like to buy your dinars? No. What? No. But I want to buy a bunch of them? No. Why? We closed the door. I read that yesterday. Oh no, we closed the door 2 years ago. What? Yeah, 2 years ago, we, CBI, official, us, we, guardians of the Iraqi dinar, we stopped selling our currency. What? Really? Yeah. And that's true, family, because my broker one day called me and he says, hey, Frank, yeah, we're going to have to limit the amount of dinars that we sell. Just sell 1 million per customer. For how long? I'll tell you how long. And what happened was that, he doesn't talk to me too much. We respect each other. But what happened at that time? They closed the doors. The CBI said, we're not going to sell our currency to any brokers, any dealers, any money exchangers. No more. In fact, you know what? Just shut the door completely. Slam. And the CBI stopped selling its currency. They only did it buying and selling through the auctions. But you couldn't buy the dinar anymore. So my broker picks up the phone and calls other sources, other banks, even the United States Treasury. Guys, you got any we can sell? And by George, we're almost out. No. Actually, my broker continues to be blessed that we find and we're able to continue to supply. But the whales and sharks, they were shut out 2 years ago, and now, with what that we told you yesterday, whales and sharks cannot go into Iraq and come out with a whole bunch of dinars, can they? No. Well, Frank, can they go into Iraq and electronically wire dinars out because they're not Article 8 yet? Oh, so it wouldn't do them any good to go in right now. No, it's really tight. Tight? Yeah. Let's do the tighten up. Got to put that toe down and go. Who was it? Who is it? In the Drells? Something in the Drells. I can't remember. Vandell, man. Anyways. So yeah, they tightened up their borders. And this is fantastic. And you don't do it for a toilet paper currency. You don't do it for a program raid. You do it to secure your borders because you're about to have a currency that is so valuable that it's going to become a pivotal currency in the heart of the Middle East. That's what this currency has been groomed for. That's what it's been made for. That's what its security features are for. The security features on the Iraqi dinar cannot be found on any other currency on this planet Earth. For a program rate, huh? No! All of this was off of the books, but it's now online. Anyways, I'm sorry. Behave, Frank. Okay, I'll behave. What y'all want to talk about? How about if I just give you Firefly's report because it is so good? But I want to tell you one more quick little thing that you might get a kick out of. I got a phone call from a friend of mine, an Amish friend. We've got like about 300-400 Amish families. I live in Ohio. I visit many of them. And you know, they asked me to come, so I go. This Amish people are some of the most sweetest people on this planet Earth. I love how they say the number 7. Hey, Daniel. Yeah. Say 7 for me. 7. I love it. I love it. So my Amish friend called me and he goes, "Hey, Frank. Yeah, what's up, buddy? I was reading the PCBE. I'm sorry, you were reading what? the PCBE. That's the Plain Community Business Exchange. It's a magazine that we get here in our community, in the Amish community. Oh, okay. What was you reading in there? Well, there's this one section in there. It's called well, it was talking about the Iraqi dinar. It had a full page blown. I mean, it was the whole page. And it was missionaries in Iraq. And they was telling the Amish community, you know, this here dinar, it looks like it's never going to happen. So why don't you send us your dinars, Amish community, and we'll feed the Iraqi people here with those dinars, okay? You can send American dollars too. You can send American dollars too, and you know, we'll feed these people. Now, this missionary has a good heart. There's no doubt about it, and that's nice. But the Amish community, at least the ones that follow us, kind of like, whoa, no, it's about. We believe it's about to go up in value, in our opinion. How about letting it go up in value, and then we'll send you some donations. You know, anybody that is Amish, if you get this, it is the article is on page 122 in the last edition that came out. The title is Plain Compassion Crisis Response. Plain Compassion Crisis Response. Now, we got a clown because he's calling again and again and again. These are the things that just... And the article was written by the CEO of this missionary group. His name is Mike Stoltzfus, if I'm saying it right. TZFUS. Very interesting article because, in all honesty, they are in Iraq. They know what's going on, but they are in the perimeters in the little villages. Therefore, there's a good chance that they don't know what's going on. But I found it interesting that they're asking for dinars to feed the citizens. Just thought I'd talk about it. Nothing more. It is far-reaching. Alrighty. We want to tell you something. last night, as soon as we hung up, right, Tink? We get a phone call from, what is that Middle Eastern country?
Abu Dhabi.
Say it again.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, it sounds sexy. Say it again.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Say it 3 times.
Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi. 3 times.
All right.
Ta-da.
All right. And I was tired, right? With
Yep.
with our YouTube video. And we get a phone call from somebody from Abu Dhabi. And I wonder if we can play it.
Because he says his name.
Does he say his name? You sure he says his name?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he says his name.
But it blew me away. Because I got to thinking, wow. Okay, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me, if I can get rid of his name real quick here.
UAE. I have a question about
In Abu Dhabi,
listening to your
UAE.
video today. And thank you and God bless you for everything you do for all of us. You're a great man. Don't worry about the other people. You're good in God. The question that I have is, I have a bank account in Worker Bank.
Worker?
Right. So I just want to know, I have like 20 million Iraqi dinars.
Worker Bank in Iraq, he said, right?
I got the receipt that I have that I make that deposit in Iraq. But the thing is, when you stay in Iraq, 125K will be 25,000. So my concern is, do I need to get my money out of there so I can receive the blessing?
Oh, okay.
If you can call
Okay. Well, AUE or UAE, United Arab Emirate in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for your phone call. KTFA has become global. You see, family, because of the excitement of what the CBI is saying now, there's a lot of people that are inquiring and trying to find out. So they go online and they find people that are talking. So they find somebody that says, it happened. Here's an 800 number. It happened yesterday. It's going to happen tonight. Guaranteed, whatever. Without logic, they turn them off. And they continue to scan and look. And then eventually they find one and they say, this one's interesting. And that's why we've been expanding and growing. It's only because of the interest that people have on this subject about the Iraqi dinar. Yesterday, I posed the question, I really like a well-organized, orchestrated plan. So my question was, why hasn't the United States media touched upon this non-secret reinstatement of the central bank's currency? Why? Our media leans in one direction. You think that the media wants to support the other direction? Of course not. So we leave that alone. But to answer your question, my dear friend, I think I already did when I was explaining that a dinar is a dinar in country. When you say, do I have to take my dinars out of Iraq, out of Warka? Because if I have a 25,000 dinar note, it's going to turn into a $25 note. That's it? No, absolutely not. A dinar is a dinar in the country. The rate is the rate in the country. Okay? When you take your money out of the country, whatever currency you exchange it for, there is its value. Or you can just leave it as the Iraqi dinar. And whatever value that is, some bank will give you that equivalent in cash. But no. You have to understand the difference between lifting the 3 zeros physically and lifting the 3 zeros from the exchange rate. And we already went over that on one of our YouTube videos. Alrighty, so that's some questions. Did some odds and ends. Yeah, we're very proud. We're very proud. We have this gentleman from Abu Dhabi. We have last week we got a phone call from Germany. Many soldiers that watch us, in the Middle East. We had another one that just blew me away this morning. I don't know if I can find it. Let's see here. Where would it? It was.
Voicemail.
It was.
Voicemail. Mm-hmm.
It was under voicemail, but what was it here? I just wanted them to see.
Maybe a 6-something number.
312. It was 312. I wonder if I kept it. 312. Oh, you know what? Holy cow, look at that. Over 100 calls today. We got to get rid of all of these. Baby, was it? I don't see it anywhere. Wow. Tell them what they said, Jen.
It was a message from the French consulate. And it was in French, and then it was in English.
Hello, oui.
Press droit.
Here's the number. What? Let me call. Let me see what happens. Call. They should be closed by now.
Bienvenue au consulat de France à Chicago. Welcome to the French consulate in Chicago. Pour continuer en français, composez le 1. For English, press 2.
So, whoever called me from the French consulate in Chicago, I'm so sorry I missed your call. Feel free to call me back again and we'll help you out. I want to now walk over to KTFA has become a commodity. There's a need to know. There isn't a need to be pampered and told false things, just to draw attention. We're not trying to be champions of intel. We're just trying to tell you what my teams talk to me about. Alrighty, let's go to our friend, our continuing story, our continuing diary from our dear brother, Mr. O'Day. I call him Mr. Fire. Mr. Fire. And I have two of them, right? Because I didn't give you yesterday's, did I? I'm sorry about that. There's two. Here we go. So we have two reports to give you. What is today?
Thursday.
Is it Thursday, really?
Yes. August 29th.
So that means you have Wednesday and Thursday's report. Let's start with Wednesday. Good morning. Good morning, Iraq. On live TV today, sir, they were showing the director of the World Bank. They were showing the director of the World Bank in Iraq meeting with Mahdi. Today, the World Bank says that they support Iraq, but the real problem with Iraq, it's our economy. The real problem with Iraq's economy is the central bank of Iraq. You see, the World Bank asked Mahdi today to pressure, you listening? To pressure. Now, why would the World Bank do this? Because they're part of the Fab Four. The Fab Four is nothing more but the United States of America. Oh, okay. They told Mahdi, the World Bank told Mahdi to pressure the CBI and their policies. Policies, right? Well, what's the policy of the CBI? Monetary reform. Mahdi, what? Go tell them to do it. Okay. Mr. Frank, it's on TV. It's on live TV. You know what he just told me, that the World Bank is telling Mahdi, go tell the CBI to do it. You know, your policy. It's on live TV. Then showing replays. Then showing replays, the billboards. Mr. Frank, They still have the same information that we saw on that television show repeat on Monday, remember? Then and what was that? The coins, the lifting of the 3 zeros, the explanation. Yeah, Monday. And we went to bank and tellers and asked. They went to the bank, okay? Every day, that's what they do for us, right? And they ask the same thing. They show them the same articles, right? Check this out. Well, wait a minute. You know what? It's not in this one. It's in today's report, isn't it, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
So we went back to the bank and we asked the teller if we have seen the billboards, and of course we said, yes, teller. Yes, we have seen them. Then the teller said, we are not sure when. But all of this that you are seeing, all of this, it was discussed months ago with us. And, with us, our bank. And it's just like they told us in the meetings when we went in the past. We await too, also Mr. O'Day. Here. You see? Go up a little bit. And then get down by. The teller is telling my friends, yes, Mr. O'Day, we await too, just like you. This coming Saturday, it's this coming Saturday. This coming Saturday, my bank will have extended hours again. Know your customer. Again, with another customer appreciation day. Another one. Also, Mr. Frank, on the news today, they were showing the delegation from Baghdad in Ebro to complete the talks. They keep showing the video of that. But no results of the meeting just yet. They just showing them in Ebro. We will keep watching TV and the billboards today and send more later, Mr. Frank. Okay. I tell him, excellent report. Thank you very much. Thank you. Waiting on him to call back in. Here we go. Then there was today. Then there was today's report. You can see it says here today the time came in 8:30 in the morning. Morning. Firefly 77 called early and said, those mobile flatbed trucks, the ones with the screens, they're making their rounds all over Baghdad. They're driving them everywhere in Baghdad. Those mobile flatbed trucks with screens are even making rounds in Baghdad all over the area now. My cousin said they have seen them, these flatbed trucks with the commercials, in Fallujah weeks ago. Now, they are now showing advertising of the ATMs and the new cards, and they're also showing about coins. Can you imagine sitting on the corner, minding your own business, eating an ice cream cone? Here comes a truck. Hey, wait. Did you see that? What, see? Chase it. Let's go. Chase it. It had coins. No, really did. Like the kinds that they had up in the electronic scoreboards. In the electronic billboards. I'm serious. I'm not. No, I wasn't drinking. Anyways, Mr. Frank, let me go back. They're even making their rounds in Baghdad areas now, and my cousin said that they have seen them in Fallujah too, weeks ago, and now they're showing advertising of the ATMs and the new cards, and also they're showing about coins, and will be reintroduced. Oh, look, I'm not making this stuff up. Look, it's right there. I just get a kick out of this. It's not like, oh wow, this is new. I just get a kick out of reading it over. The new cards, and also showing about coins, and that they will be reintroduced. I can just see I'm having them make me videos, and these coins will be reintroduced. So we have it in the billboards. We have it in the billboards, Mr. Frank. And now we have them in these mobile trucks here in Baghdad. Bank still have the added security and still have bank personnels at the doors welcoming citizens and promoting accounts. My teller we got calls from Malaysia, Philippines, help me remember, please. Finland,
Canada.
Canada, Germany, South America, all over the world, United Arab Emirates, French consulate. We're getting calls from all over the world because people want to know about this investment. And I think they appreciate KTFA. I appreciate them. Welcome, by the way. Now, check this out. Mr. Frank, when they were talking to the teller, my teller actually told us today they saw the UB2B. No, not the YouTube. They saw the YouTube show. They watch you, Mr. Frank. The bank watch you, Mr. Frank. What's up, Iraq Bank? They watch you, Mr. Frank. I told them about your show. When I showed them the articles, about the coins and the deletions of the zero, they're like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? How you know this? When we show them the articles about the coins and the deletions of the zeros, that's when they, oh, okay. Now, they want to know, where'd you get this? Who this? Who this Frank 26? I know the CV. Now they are watching your YouTube too, Mr. Frank. The teller at the bank said, we still are waiting, and we will definitely see more soon for the citizen, and talked about bank specials for new clients. Here's me show them this part. I show you a little bit along the way so that you can enjoy it as well too there. So where was it? See more for this. Teller said we still are waiting. Yeah, they're waiting. Yeah, to tell the citizens that we can give you what we got in the back. You know, the S&H green stamps, the top value stamps. Yeah. The teller said we still are waiting, and we will definitely see more soon for the citizens, and talked about bank specialties for new clients. We will send more later today if we see anything promising. Okay, then they send a part to it, just a little quick one, and it says, on TV right now showing World Bank guys showing support for Iraq and also in Kurdistan. Isn't that interesting? Because Kurdistan showed unity and support for Iraq. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Your what? My back. Oh, I thought you said you. Never mind. I don't know you that well. On TV, showing World Bank guys showing support for Iraq, and also in Kurdistan region today showing support there too. Yeah. So I tell them, I said, hey, listen, this is unbelievable. I mean, wow. I mean, that is amazing that the teller from the Iraqi bank is watching us. Do you know how powerful of a statement that is? I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to hear that from you, Mr. Fire. Again, thank you. Then he sends one more quick little communication after I sent that. And he says, 77 said after he showed the articles to them at the bank today, the teller wanted to know where was that, where that was from. So he told them about you and your YouTube show and your calls. That's where that came from. So yes, the teller and the banks are watching your YouTube. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. They probably think I'm nuts too. Huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation in Iraq where we've got these electronic billboards. Oh, and by the way, I made a mistake. I told you that today they were going to have the game between Bahrain and Iraq this Thursday. And I thought, wouldn't it be something if they were watching the game and all of a sudden, between score, all of a sudden a commercial comes up. Look, there's the coins again. Now, I made a mistake. It's not today. It's September the 5th. I think it's next Thursday. And they come back on the 3rd, huh? Fireflies, get me pictures now. I didn't want them before, I want them now. Get me pictures, please. Get me videos. Download them and send them. I want to see these billboards. I want to see these trucks on the flatbeds. Please. Thank you kindly. Because I think we're running out of time for us to study that. You got these electronic billboards, and we told you a year and a half ago that this would be the case, remember? Okay. So the electronic billboards up there, and the billboards inside the banks with the seminars teaching the citizens constant education. And then you got the flatbed trucks, and they all have the same thing. And then you have the broadcast from the head honcho of the finance committee that was looping. Somebody said it's not a lop, it's a loop. Isn't that funny? That's funny. But you got that also. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 different things, all repeating the same thing. Family, do you think that they're trying to tell the Iraqi citizens something? Do you think that they're trying to tell them that they're about to reinstate the currency and lift the 3 zeros, which automatically requires these coins? We're bringing them. They even show them. Remember these? We're bringing them back. Yeah, we're bringing them back. Thank God for the people of Iraq to finally be able to have a currency that they can be proud of. The state of the art. Look at this. What you got? Let me see what you got. Look at mine. Yeah. Hey, American dollar. Let me see you. Look at mine. Mine's got better features than yours. And it does. Now you explained that. We already did. A central hub. A financial central hub. In the same place where Babylon, the Tower of Babel, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Baghdad, the Garden of Eden, the 4 rivers, from the same place. I don't believe in coincidences. So, everywhere you look, coins, lifting the 3 zeros, new category notes coming out, adding purchasing power. Yeah, it's time for me to get those pictures and videos now. I do things with a purpose, not on purpose. I hope you enjoyed your call tonight. I'd stay with you more, but you don't need me to talk to you. Y'all take care of each other, okay? Be strong. These are the times when you will have to be so much stronger. There are traps. There are people. There are entities waiting for you. There are demons. There's a lot of bad things out there waiting for you. Not only will the good forces of this planet Earth have dinars to do goodness with it, but so will the evil forces of this earth to do their evil. Spiritual warfare. Get ready. I'll see you tomorrow. Aloha. Aloha na Ktfalways.